What's up guys, and welcome back. I'm back here at Lincoln in Punta Gorda, Florida, checking out this brand new redesigned 2022 Lincoln Navigator. So today I'm going to take you on a full tour of this vehicle and we're going to do a full review of it. Also, I'm going to try to answer a question: has Lincoln done enough with the updates to dethrone a self-proclaimed king of the large domestic SUVs, which is Cadillac Escalade? So if you're ready to go on this journey with me, we're going to get started in just a little bit. But before we do that, do me one quick favor: scroll down to the right hand side of this video. Right there, somewhere at the bottom of it, there's a little red subscribe button. Once you go ahead and hit that, help me hit that 10,000 subscribers goal by the end of this video. Now let's get back to this vehicle. So the big three American automakers have each their own large luxury SUV. This is one of them. Of course, the next one is the Cadillac Escalade, and then there is a Jeep Grand Wagoneer, which just had it debut last year. Now we're going to take a look at this one, see if it has what it takes to dethrone the Cadillac Escalade. Start with the design of it. Now I've already done the Ford Expedition, which is a non-luxury version of it, and there's a huge difference, especially in the fit and finish. But let's take a look at the sheet metal. It does have this massive hood. It is different than on the Expedition. It does have this distinct line right in the middle of it that kind of points out to this Lincoln logo, and then two lines on the sides creating that indent. It looks very nice, very luxurious. It does have a lot of chrome. It is a luxury SUV, so you have this chrome grille. There's no hiding it. Right there at the bottom of this Lincoln logo, there's a front view camera, and this is all open, allows for the maximum air to help with cooling off the engine. There's more open space right here. As far as this bottom trim is all piano black. Now we also see the gunpowder metal finish right at the bottom here, and then more of this piano black with all the sensors that are here. You have the air vent that helps with the aerodynamics, with cooling off the brakes, etc. And then what else we have? We have this turn signals that is built in right here, and on top of here this large headlight unit that's all LED and does have the daytime running lights in it. Now it has two front view cameras, one on the top, one over here. One of them, I'm not sure which one, I believe it might be the one on top, that monitors the road ahead of you, kind of to prepare for what's coming and adjust the suspensions accordingly. So this is more of a proactive approach rather than reactive if it comes to the air suspension. Now we're gonna pop the hood open, see what powers up this thing. Underneath the hood, you'll find something that's completely different from the other two. This is the only large SUV, American large SUV, that does not have a V8. Now this is a 3.5 liter twin turbocharged V6 engine producing 440 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. This has made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now what's interesting, it is about 10 horsepower less than what it was last year. I'm not sure why. Gas mileage pretty much remained the same. It is 16 in the city and 22 on the expressway for a combined rating of about 18. One other thing to point out too, I'm not sure if I like it or not. Actually, I don't like it. It's this exposed wires and everything. Most of the Fords have it. They don't like the engine covers for some reason. If you look at the Escalade, if you look at the Wagoneer, it's all nice and smooth. This is like something exploded in here. But as long as it works fine, I have no problems with that. Now check this out. You have the hood struts, you have this sound insulations underneath here, and this massive hood right there. Definitely there's no hiding of the size of this vehicle. As I mentioned before, this is massive. It's huge. It is about 211, almost 211 inches long, and this is a shorter wheelbase. So if you wanted to get the longer one, you'll get another foot almost of room, and that room is pretty much all behind the third row seat. So we're gonna check that out later so you can determine whether this is enough or you need more. Now you can see it does have the retractable running boards, which we didn't see on the new Cadillac. I think it's because of the chip shortage right now. They're kind of skimping on several of the features. Well, this one still have it, which is pretty cool. Navigator spelled out right on the side of here. This is pretty much a trademark, or all Lincolns, all of the models have it. And then the wheels, you know, as far as this setup, these are 22-inch wheels, but these are not the wheels you get standard with it. You actually come standard with the 20-inch wheels. This has been upgraded 22s, kind of like the design of it. They're two-tone, look like that Vortex wheels basically. Black mirror caps with the turn signal indicators. They do have cameras underneath it, blind spot assist, and then you have the chrome underneath the windows. Everything else is nicely blacked out. Of course, no need to say that, but all of the luxury SUVs pretty much have the features that you can lock and unlock, and once you unlock it, you can see it retracts the running boards. Now, if that room in the back wasn't enough, you also have the roof rack that you can put some more stuff on top of it. Speaking of the back room, let's check it out, how much of it we have. Probably the most notable difference between this and the last year's model are the lights. So the lights are completely different, redesigned, pretty cool looking. They have one of the coolest features to welcome you to the vehicle. Let's see, we're gonna unlock it. Look at this light strip ahead in the middle right here. Did you see that? It illuminates from the inside out. Pretty cool. You also see, of course, the turn signals, and everything is fully LED. So pretty nice design of it. Huge chrome trim right over here, and then you see the rear view camera. It even has this own washer to help you in case it's raining or anything like this. Lincoln spelled out in here. Huge back window in here. This opens up separately, by the way, so it says right there, okay, you can open this up, so in case you're in a tight spot, you can throw some stuff inside of here, or you can open the whole gate, which we're going to do in a second. You have all the sensors inside of here. As far as the towing capacity in this vehicle, 8,700 pounds, so it's a little bit more than the Escalade, a little bit less than the Grand Wagoneer. No exhaust is visible, but it is actually right here. I can touch it. And then let's open up this main gate, which you can do by pressing twice on the remote, and see how much room we have. Take a look in the back here. So if you're transporting a lot of people, this is what you have left behind the third row seat if it's up. If you need more room, definitely you're going to get about a foot more as far as the room behind the third row seat in the L version of it. So let's see what we have in here. So we do have the automatic seat controls for the third row and for the second row. So let's check this out. The third row, we want to fold them down both at the same time. You have this middle button. You can do it individually as well. And then this is how much room you're going to end up having. Now, if this wasn't enough for you, you can actually do the middle, right, and left, all separately. Now this is a one-way street as far as the second row seats. Now you have to pull them up manually, but this is massive. As far as the width, it's over 50 inches long. So if you're in the construction business, and if you're in a pinch and your crew needs a drywall or plywood, you can probably fit sheets of them in here. This is incredible. All right, and if you needed more room, like I said, the L version is also available. So what else do we have here? Now check out the amenities for the third row seat. So you do have the USBs, and then the third row seat is also reclining. So that's the controls for the reclining third row seat. And then take a look up there. You have your own vents in the third row seat and your own light. I'm going to try to fit in there in just a little bit to see how much more room we have than the regular vehicles. And then you have your 12-volt power outlet. Underneath here you have the tools to remove lift up your vehicle and remove your wheels. By the way, the spare tire is located underneath the vehicle, so worry nothing, you do have one. And that's just a little bit more storage in here. So let's jump inside of it. There's no question about it that there's tons of room in the back seat. I do have plenty of headroom, shoulder room, and knee room. I'm 6 feet tall. I feel comfortably behind me driving comfortably. That's because this seat is set up to my very comfortable driving position. Now these seats are adjustable, so you can go front and back. This is as far back as it goes. And of course we do have the third row seat, which I'm going to jump in just a minute to show you how much room there is. And the way to do it, the way to get inside of it, that maybe it's not ideal, because you can do it two different ways, right? You can move this seat up like this, and that doesn't really release the bottom of the seat, or there is another button that's on the side right here, and when you press this button, what it does, it only allows you to move it that much. Everything else is your manual power, so you have to push it either manually here, or you're gonna kick it if you're sitting in the third row seat. In either case, I think this is something that could be improved and get a little bit better. But nevertheless, let me jump inside of there. All right. Okay, so getting inside of here, once that seat is open, it's fairly easy. Now this is an 8-seater configuration, so you do have a bench seat here. You also have the option of having a console in the middle, which would eliminate this seat. But as far as the roominess, so let me move this seat and lock it in the position. So if I have it locked in the position at pretty much the furthest point right here, I'm still not touching my knees to it, which is a huge plus, because it's probably one of the biggest seats. So we've seen that on the Expedition, we've seen the similar deal on the Escalade and the Wagoneer. They all have enough room in the third row seat. Now they say it's a third passenger can fit in here. Well, I wouldn't torture them in here, but two people can sit in comfortably. You do have your own vents, like I mentioned before, and your own light in here. You even have your own charger. Now, as far as getting out of here, move it or kick it, and let's get out, show you the rest of this interior. Start with the door panel, because this is super important, guys. I've done the Expedition, you can check that out. One of my biggest complaints is the quality of the materials are used on the door panels. Now this is not the case in here. This is very luxurious, very premium as far as the quality of the materials. Now you do have, this is all leather wrapped, this is soft touch. You do have this open pore wood trim right here, and you do have, this is this part of this upgraded audio system. We're going to talk about it well in the front. So you have two speakers up on top, one over here, and then of course you do have your window and mirror controls. Well, you do have your window and door lock controls over here. A little bit more storage, not sure what you can put inside of here, but then there's more storage at the bottom of the door. And then let's move inside of this vehicle. I love how the seats are contoured. I said it on other Lincolns and I'm sticking to it. Probably the most comfortable seats that you can get in any luxury SUV. Now let's jump inside of here, because I want to show you a couple things. First is this console right here. Now this is premium, and I think it should be included with pretty much all of the luxury SUVs. You can control your own temperature, audio settings. You can go to seats right here, and then those are heated and ventilated seats as far as the back seats, which is really nice. Go back to the home screen, you can adjust your own temperature, and then audio, so you can select the different source and control the volume presets, etc. And then as far as the different settings, you can turn the display off and put it in the calm screen if you wanted to. And we're going to move on to the front. A couple more things. You do have the seat back pockets, and look at the way the seats are contoured right there. I'm going to check it out more in the front. And check out the quality of this vehicle by closing the front door. But before we do that, I want to point out one thing. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this is the touchpad where you can lock and unlock this vehicle using a predetermined code. Now let's open and close the door. This is pretty nice and solid, and I know partially it is because of the way that this front panel is made out of this quality materials. So a couple of differences obviously between the rear and the front, and this is something that's super cool. You have several different adjustments on the seat, probably too many. They go to the extreme, even as to for both thigh supports. You can control the length of your thigh supports. Check this out. First of all, this is how the seat looks like. So this is a super luxury. It looks like a piece of furniture, like a massage chair, and it's adjustable pretty much in every detail, in every shape or form that you can imagine. And as the thigh supports, look at this. You can either control the right or the left separately. Now this is insane. This is super important as far as people who are a little bit shorter, a little bit longer, if you will. Now you also have the controls for the pedals right there, so you can adjust those, and on the left hand side you have all kinds of controls for your lights. Now this is part of that Revel system. I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to demonstrate it for you, so stick around. You do have power adjustment on the steering wheel. Okay, so tilt and telescoping. And before we get inside of here, there's more hidden storage right underneath here. Check this out. Now this is pretty cool. You can put a lot of stuff inside of here, and then you have this luxurious console over here too. We're inside of this vehicle, and I got to tell you, it is a little bit confusing to finding your perfect spot, because like I said, there might be even too many adjustments on the seat. Even if you look at the bottom part of the seat, it's split in two, so you can adjust it two different ways. So what I recommend is finding your perfect position, put it in one of the 3 memory seat settings, and then you're all set. One thing I didn't let you know, that this is also a massage seat right here. Okay, so once you push this, you're going to open up a screen in the infotainment system, and then you're going to be able to actually figure out which massage you want, whether it's a relax, circular, recovering, rolling, pulse. I'm actually going to leave that on. Forget about it. While I'm here, might as well get the massage. Now the other button turns off the massage, so I don't like this button at all. Okay, let's check out the rest of this interior. Well, I have it started. Maybe I should actually turn it off for a second and let you see how it starts. So it's got this cool animation, and oh, by the way, it does says check rear seats for occupants, so it does have this alert. And let's see, boom, navigator saying goodbye, everything locks up. When I'm inside of here, press the start button, then do it. Yeah, well, you know, I guess it's it has to be off for a certain number of time, but it does have this Lincoln animation that plays, which is pretty cool. So we're going to start with the overview of this interior. I've seen some of the reviewers love it, some of them don't like it. I am with the ones that like it. Okay, and I tell you why. First of all, this is all premium, right? It's all very, very luxurious. Some people say they don't like the wood trim. I love this open pore wood trim right here. This is a little bit of this piano black, and you have this 13.2-inch screen, which is bigger. It's an upgrade from the 10-inch screen that you see it in the last year's model. And then you have the grab handles. Now if you look at the grab handles, I'll show the one on my side because it's closer. Look at the attention to detail. You have a little bit of chrome, you have all leather wrapped. It's actually nice to the touch, so they definitely are paying attention to details as far as that. Now I have the seat back as far as I can, so I can show you this SUV. Take a look at the steering wheel. It is a large steering wheel for a large vehicle. It's multi-function, but what you see here is basically there's a fully digital instrument cluster. So you have a bunch of buttons on the left hand side. This is your volume, this is your tracks. You have your adaptive cruise control, you have your lane keeping system. You can turn that on or off, and then you have your cruise control button, head-up display, different settings in here, your navigation system. That's what can be displayed in the middle. By the way, as far as a head-up display, let me see if I can show it to you. Can you see it? Yep, you can probably see it. It's got the speed, it does have the miles, the range, and does have the temperature as well as the time. So it is a nice large multicolor head-up display. It's moved down here. Okay, one thing that I don't like about the steering wheel, I gotta tell you, it does have this pedal shifters, but they're kind of like the afterthought. They kind of like, they came out of a much smaller vehicle, and this is like the part that's not luxurious at all. Everything else is though. So let's take a look at this fully digital instrument cluster right here. There's your main menu. Now we're in the back navigation. Let's go back to like the main screen over here. So this is what you have right now, basically a very simple screen. It says speedometer and the range, but you can customize it, right? So you can see this is your normal, we're in the normal driving mode. On the right hand side you can see the trip. If you wanted to go to trip 2, fuel economy on the right hand side, 4.4 miles per gallon. I hope this is not true, guys. Tire pressure, ooh, looks like somebody overinflated those. Seat belts and calm screen. So these are your settings over here. Let's go back. Let's see what else we can customize over here. Settings, display setup. Let's hit OK. Add tachometer to view. I think I like that. Yes. All right, let's go back. Did it add the tachometer? Why it didn't add the tachometer? This is kind of too little. I'd like to see a little bit more action in this instrument cluster. Let me know what you think about it. Well, moving on. Now you have this big 13.2 inch screen, and it is nice. It's super nice. It's very visible. It's the right size. It is the Sync 4, so it's the newest software that Ford's using on their vehicles. And then it's pretty intuitive. So you have your navigation system right here. And you can actually make this map full screen, removing everything else, which is very nice. Okay, you can have your phone settings. By the way, you can connect a phone. It does have the wireless.
Search for your vehicle on your device and select it once it is found.
Thank you. So I'm gonna search it on my phone, and we're gonna see if I'm gonna be able to connect, sync contact. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna skip that. Skip that. I'm just going to connect it. So it is paired right now.
Please stay alert to changing road conditions and use Sync's voice-activated features while your vehicle is in motion.
We're going to enable the Android Auto. This is the first time that probably any phone is being connected to this vehicle. So we're going to continue here. And right now you can see we're in Android Auto right there. You can see the screen for Android Auto. For all of you, those who use Apple CarPlay, it is kind of the same way. One thing I want to check and see if I can get rid of this screen on the side, but it doesn't look like it. So you have a little bit limited view, but you can have 2 navigation systems. Well, the confusing part would be if this one takes you one way and this one tries to take you the other way. Which one do you listen to? Decisions, decisions, decisions. Well, let's go back to the main Lincoln system. So we've gone through the navigation, okay, different apps, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, settings, radio phone list, navigation sound. Okay, we're going to play the Revel experience and move this volume up. I gotta tell you, that car almost shakes. It says Quantum Logic 3D Surround. Again, big kudos to it. I know that the Cadillac has been proud of their ATK studio system. I gotta tell you, this one just might be better in my opinion. I love this sound system. So, you know, as far as the audio, you have different sources, AM, FM, Sirius, Android Auto, so whatever you want to play. And then we're going to go to features right here. Running boards, towing, owner's manual, driver's assistance. Check out the driver assistance. So you have traction control, cruise control, speed limit, assist, lane keeping system, pre-collision assist, rear view camera, blind spot, hill descent, cross traffic alert, reverse brake assist, drive alert. So it does have pretty much everything. What I want to check out is I want to check out that cruise control, I don't think it has this autonomous glide system, but it is available on the Lincolns. As far as the towing, see what we have. We can add trailers, etc. We're not going to do that. Running boards. Okay, approach detection. That's why they're deploy when I get closer to the vehicle. And different modes, on, off, auto. Let's go back. And this is pretty much it. Okay, what else can we do on the side here? So you can have a phone, trips, fuel economy, climate. Here's your seats controls. Look at this. Massage. We checked that out before, right? You can do it for passenger or driver. Different kinds of massages. Ambient lighting. You have 7 different colors to choose from. You have white, yellow. To me it's blue, and this is blue. To my wife this would probably be teal, and this would be like dark blue, whatever. I have a different approach to it. But there's 7 different ones, okay? I go back to settings. Connectivity, vehicle hotspot, valet mode. So you have all that. Rear occupant alert, we've seen that when I shut down the vehicle. Easy entry, exit, that's important. My key, you can program a key limiting several features for your kids if they're driving it. Remote start setup, duration 15 minutes, so you can set that up. By the way, it is all controlled from the key. So like the remote, you basically press the button on the key twice. I'm going to show you the key now. This is a same key as you get on most Fords, right? But it does have tons of functions, and the only difference is I think those buttons are a lot more shiny than on some of the non-Lincoln ones. But you have lock in the middle, unlock, twice to start the vehicle, twice to open the back gate, panic button. You do have a Lincoln logo in the back, that's your key. Okay, moving down, check out the camera right there. All right, so this is a front view camera. Let's see what else we have. Different angles. Okay, that's a front view as well. This is your rear view for towing, and this is your rear view camera. Now if I put it in reverse, it's going to give me an active lines right there. See, if I wasn't in reverse, this would be just solid ones. What I would like to see, that I see on some of the non-premium cars, is the trajectory lines over here, especially with the size of this vehicle. It's going to let you know whether you're going to hit something with the front of this vehicle or not. So that would be a nice feature. Overall, the camera is an okay quality. It's not good and it's not great. I still think that cameras should be 2K, 3K, maybe even 4K. Why not? All right, so this is an opportunity for improvement, but you do have, you know, kind of a 360 camera in here. Let's put it in park. By the way, moving down here, you have those nice vents. That's where you start the vehicle. This is your gear control. So at least this is not obstructed by anything, which is a nice thing. Okay, so this one doesn't bother me as it did. I forgot which Lincoln. It was kind of tucked in the back with a lot of stuff in the front, so that was hard to get to. This is not too bad. Here's the rest of the console. So you have the power button. Okay, so you can just basically turn on and off the radio, but not the whole screen. Let's actually move to the rest of it. So you do have your heated, ventilated seats. You do have your climate control. You do have more storage. Now this is, by the way, your wireless charger. Okay, and the wireless charger is equipped for the large phones. Now this is the S22 Ultra, which is the largest Samsung. And see, even though I have a case on it, it started charging, which is nice. You also have the USB-C and the USB port. And then you have cup holders, drive modes. All right, let's check out the different drive modes. Okay, so let's go back here. You have normal, 4x4, slick icy, slippery, deep conditions, so that's for deep snow, conserve, so that's the more eco-friendly, and excite. I'll leave it and excite. Okay, how about that? I'll drive it excited. All right. So basically that's the controls for your climate control. One of the things that I would like to see is I would like to see the menu, and here it is. All you have to do is press menu. This is your climate control right there. Okay, so that tells you which vents it's coming out of, different positioning. See, it shows you now down at the bottom, max heated steering wheel. Okay, no complaints with here whatsoever. Electronic parking brake, auto hold. Here's your parking assist, and then you have more storage right underneath here. And this is pretty big with an extra 12-volt outlet at the bottom here. Right on top, you have the sunglass holder, and you have your light controls, you have your sunroof controls. So this is a panoramic sunroof. It is nice and large in size. As you can see, I'm following this right here. So even the sunroof itself, it's pretty nice size. Okay, and you can open it, close it. You have your HomeLink system right here, and then illuminated mirrors on both driver and passenger side. They also have the speakers in here. No wonder this stereo experience is so deep. Let's take it for a spin. Guys, the vehicle is running. I'm so glad to get out of this heat and humidity. Here I'm showing you the picture, 2022 Lincoln Navigator. It is a reserve model, so it is a 4x4, right? There's a little bit discrepancy of what it says on the website and what it says on the sticker right here. Now the total sticker and total MSRP on this vehicle is $97,400 according to the sticker here, and you know, it's a little bit different starting point as far as if you look on their website, because it says that the standard one, which is the base Navigator, starts at $78,965, reserve at $91,155, and reserve L $94,185. So let's see, we have $91,155 here. Base price on the sticker says $90,815. So I believe that because of some of the chip shortages and some of the options that might have been deleted off that one, that's why that is a little bit less expensive. Then again, there's a black label ones, the black label and the black label L, which is the most luxurious one. Now you have to be a black label dealer in order to get the black label vehicle, and those are over 100,000. 107,965 for the short wheelbase and 111,10 for the long wheelbase version. So we're going to take it for a spin. I'm going to let my phone charge because it's almost dying, so I'm glad that actually I found this charging point over here that fits my phone with the case, and it is charging. But I want to see how this vehicle drives. Now I'm gonna adjust the seat because I moved it back while filming the interior. I have the massage things going. I'm ready to go. I hope you are as well. We put it in drive, and we're gonna do a circle in this lot just to see of how this vehicle feels. Okay, so huge vehicle, right? 210 inches long. Let's see how it turns. Wow. I gotta tell you, this is surprisingly good. I like how this suspension kind of mitigates that body roll on the vehicle. Of course, it rolls a little bit, but I did some circles in here, and it definitely is very nicely absorbing some of that road imperfections and controlling that body roll. So definitely a big plus on it. The engine is very quiet. Now I think it's because of all the insulation that we have inside of here. We're going to continue that, but I want to kind of hit a few bumps on this gravel lot in here, and even this is not an off-road trail, but I think most of the luxury SUV buyers, this is probably going to be the extent of the off-roading that they're going to do. Maybe they have a vacation home somewhere in the middle of nowhere where there's a few bumps in the road. Maybe there's a little bit of snow here and there. Maybe there's a little bit potholes, like that's what we're doing right now. But I don't anticipate anybody taking a Lincoln off-road on the Rubicon Trail or anything like this. So I mean, for that type of off-roading, that might not be the right vehicle, but it feels very nice. It definitely is big, right? And it feels big. We're sitting in here. It is responsive though. When I hit that accelerator, even right now, you can feel that it gets that power right away without any lag. So as far as the acceleration on paper, it says 0 to 60 in about 5.3 seconds. So it's actually very good for a large vehicle like this. It does feel large, and so far through the slower acceleration, it felt very nice and positive. Well, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna be able to actually stop the vehicle and check how it accelerates from 0 to maybe 50 or so, to see of how that works in the real life. I wanna make sure that I'm in the excited mode. Yep, it says responsive and engaging. Pressing the accelerator again without gunning it, it's nice and smooth. Make a U-turn and see if I can actually stop and do a little bit better test of acceleration here to show you guys that. But I'm gonna stop here, see how the brakes react to this vehicle. So braking, I mean, of course it's gonna dip a little bit, but it's not, like I said, it's not bad. Now, a lot of people complain about not having air suspension and the height control on the Lincoln Navigator, and while height control could be the issue when loading up the back side of it, because you do have the running boards, I don't think it's as much of a drawback during the regular driving. There you go, I just stopped. There is nobody behind me. It's at 0. Let's gun it. $60. So yeah, you can feel the engine, but it is very quick. I gotta tell you, you know, right now a lot of vehicles are being made with the smaller engines, and they're really not sacrificing on horsepower. Actually, with the turbos, and like this one is a twin turbocharged, it has more horsepower than a lot of the older V8s. It's more responsive, it's better on fuel. So to move this beast 0 to 60 that quick, it's definitely impressive. Here's a few things. My takeaways: this versus the competition. Design, I'd give it to Cadillac Escalade on the exterior only. The design on the interior, it would be a close call, but it would be between this and the Grand Wagoneer. Now, and I think I would give it to the Grand Wagoneer. All three of them are very similar in my book. Seat comfort, I'd give it to Lincoln. Fit and finish, as far as the vehicle is concerned, especially the door panels, be a close call between this and the Grand Wagoneer. Cadillac would be a distant third in that category, but that would be a pretty cool comparison. So definitely a worthy competitor. I think I'd probably say, as far as a little bit better than Cadillac, I'm not a huge fan of the new Cadillac, to be honest with you, other than the exterior design. They've done a phenomenal job on the exterior design. The infotainment system, not a big fan. Those big curved screens, I mean, they're cool. They're just not my thing. I think this is enough. What they've done is a nice job. I'd probably urge everybody to do their own research and jump inside all three of them and see what's most important to you as far as the drive, comfort, fit, and check it out for yourself. Guys, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, do me a quick favor, hit the like button at the bottom of this video. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button. Helps me get to my goal of 10,000 subscribers. Until then, I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.